and no dancing. Sorry, folks. So here's my outline. Just quickly, we'll go through just a little bit more detail from what Andy presented earlier about what Public Works or infrastructure does. 2013 capital projects, and I've just broken it down into kind of studies and environmental assessments, and then urban and rural projects that we have on the go. And then also, I'll talk about our asset management plan project that's underway. So what do we do? So we have 919 lane kilometers of road that we maintain, 98 kilometers of sidewalk, and this every kilometer is inspected annually. We have a repair and maintenance program too that we implement on an annual basis. In terms of our water supply system, it's second to none really. We've got 107 kilometers of water main, 4 water towers, 8 water supply wells that supply drinking water to Fergus and Elora. We also have a sanitary sewer system, which has 101 kilometers of sanitary sewers. And then we also have 2 wastewater treatment plants, one in Fergus and one in Elora. And here's the picture of one in Fergus, just down at the end of Queen Street. We also, under contract, operate 3 wastewater facilities in the town of Minto, and in Clifford, Palmerston, and Harriston. So we have that on the go as well. And we also, do tree, culvert, bridge, grass maintenance. So we're basically pretty busy. We have a lot on the go at any given time. So our projects for 2013. We've got a lot of projects on the go, but these are just some of the key ones. We have a few 2 class environmental assessments on the go. One is a bridge structure on Side Road 20 in the former West Garifraxa Township. There's the Third Line West structure, 24-P. This is actually a bridge we closed earlier this year due to its poor condition. So we have a Class EA underway to look at options to replace that structure. And so as part of these, there's opportunity for public input. So we will be planning what we call a public information center, a public meeting, to present kind of the options for either replacement or rehab for these structures and bring those to the public later this fall. We've also completed a detailed structural assessment of the St. David Street Bridge, also the one that crosses the Grand River in Fergus. And so we have that information just recently, so we're looking at that as well. We do anticipate eventually that it will require some pretty significant maintenance. We have plans for doing kind of spot paving to address some of the potholes that popped up over the winter, but it will require kind of a more significant rehab down the road. We've also got, I think Brett mentioned these as they're sort of development related, but long-term water supply strategy, wastewater servicing master plan, and those are really to see how we're going to service future growth within the community. We also have a program that we're just initiating this year to look at the condition of our sanitary and storm sewers. So that's something that's just getting underway now. And then we're also looking at doing a road condition assessment. So looking at the physical condition of the pavement in various parts of the municipality, and then coming up with a prioritized plan to do repaving. So I know this is really hard to probably see, but I just want to highlight again a few projects. This is our 2013 capital projects, kind of in the more rural areas. A big one that will be starting relatively soon is a second line in just south of Fergus from Highway 6 to Side Road 6 North. So that's basically a realignment of the road and then paving as well. We're doing some work on First Line in former West Garifraxa Township. We're also doing some work some drainage improvements to the shoulders on Second Line, just north of the Grand River. We're paving Fifth Line in West Scary from 18 down to the Guelph-Hermosa Town Line. And we also have planned for later this fall a full reconstruction of George Street. I don't know if anybody's been out to Bellwood lately, but it's kind of a transformed community in terms of Queen Street and George Street. And we're going to continue that later this year with taking the piece, this piece here, basically from the county road to the kind of the creek that crosses George Street, and get that reconstructed later this fall. We've got a ditching project down there on the Guelph-Hermosa Town Line. This will be done completely with Township forces. And then we also have a bridge construction too on Third Line that is just getting underway this week. So this is a full replacement of that structure. So, kind of the Elora Fergus urban area. Lots of projects going on. Brett mentioned this one earlier. This is a subdivision project, Strathlee, I believe it's called. So that'll be a significant project starting later this year. We've got the Fergus Library with the first phase of the contract. This is really a county project, but there's going to be some infrastructure replacement work done in advance of the library expansion. So the first contract was to complete that work. So replacing really old sanitary sewers and storm sewers within the library area. Here we have the Tower Street Bridge. Again, County of Wellington's leading the project there, but we're definitely involved. We have a sanitary water main on the bridge, as well as we're planning to reconstruct from Tower Street from Queen Street up to Union as well. And that'll replace the underground sanitary water, storm sewers in that area. Major project coming up early July in Elora is going to be the Irving Street reconstruction. So this is a section of Irvine from Colburn up to John Street, across pretty much most of the frontage of St. Mary's Catholic School. And so that's a pretty significant project. That'll be total replacement of undergrounds, sanitary, storm sewer. We're going to add sidewalks as well. It's a pretty major pedestrian connection to the school. Currently there's no sidewalks. We're going to add sidewalks to it. So that'll be a major project for this year. And also we have the Elora wastewater treatment plant. So I've already talked about Irvine Street reconstruction. And we have the Elora wastewater treatment plant, and this is a huge project. But basically, some of the outcomes from this project, we're going to improve the quality of the discharge. We're going to create additional capacity for current residents, businesses, and future as well. Currently, there's very little biosolids storage at the facility today. We're going to create enough to basically store biosolids for 300 days, which is going to be great. There's going to be an operating cost savings as a result. Currently, we're trucking biosolids, or we basically reserve the right for lagoon storage at a facility in New Lowell, Ontario, and at a pretty significant cost. So once we build this storage, that cost will be eliminated. So there's definitely going to be some savings as a result of this project. And also, it's going to be an up-to-date plant, and we're going to have improved reliability, operator safety as a result. And here's just a few photos of the expansion. Hopefully, we can get maybe a tour lined up with the chamber after the construction is complete. And this is pretty early on. This is our contractor just building some of the tankage. You can see some of the rebar showing through, and the concrete pumper truck in the background. But it's a pretty amazing project, very significant project, and it's moving along quite well. So I just want to talk about the asset management plan. So basically, the province informed municipalities that there's going to be a grant program come out in 2014. And this grant program is going to be primarily focused on bridges, water, wastewater, and road infrastructure projects. And they've kind of given the heads up to the municipalities that in order to qualify for this grant program, there needs to be an asset management plan implemented within the municipality, and it needs to be approved by council. And really what the asset management plan is, it identifies kind of the key infrastructure projects. It makes sure that the grant funding is going for the critical needs of the community. So really to provide funding to priority infrastructure projects. So just, this plan's got to contain the state of the local infrastructure. We need to do analysis of types of level of service that need to be provided. It's got to be an asset management strategy, a financial strategy to go along with that. And just to put some of this in context, we calculate kind of the replacement value of municipal assets, and it's in the order of $813 million. So it's pretty significant infrastructure that we need to maintain and look after. And that's pretty much the end of my presentation. So if there's any questions for any of us here on stage, we'd be more than happy to answer them for you.